let's go grand battle plan out for that max entrenchment. I feel like defense is going to be an important role for us. Because you have 57 days until you're finished. Republic and Serbia. We could do a counterinsurgency raid. And you know what? We'll do that as well. This takes 59 days, 41 days. So these will both be done before this event fires. I mean, Denmark right now, they're social democratic. Typically, that means they're going to stay out of the Second Weltkrieg. It's even actually theoretically possible that Denmark joins the International. I've never seen it personally, but I know it can happen. Okay, and also, Philippines have now gone syndicalist. Syndicalism is doing pretty well for themselves recently, as you may or may not notice. Actually, did France not demand... No, they're demanding territory right now. Okay. We'll see what Switzerland does. We want them to join up with the Reichspakt. That would be the best case situation for us. But there is also the theoretical possibility that they do turn syndicalist themselves, which would be terrifying. We'll have to kind of just wait and see. Wait and see what they're up to. Lithuania in flames. Like 30 less. My timer. Violence. Every day the newspaper headlines scream nothing but the violence committed by the LAF in the streets of northern Lithuania. The pavements run red with blood. The wolves of Volamaras have been roaming the streets searching for prey. Their victims often being Poles. Their violence has been escalated to the point where priests are becoming victims. A Polish priest gravely wounded after being beaten badly by members of the LAF. The Catholic organization ATS grows militant by the day, angered by the military's inaction, and protective of their priest. Even rumors and murmurs that the members of the LSS are also supporters of the Volamaras. A grave indication that perhaps the LAF support base is more extensive than what's on paper. Old Polish General Zidagłowski has been vocal in his demands for the government to take bolder action, or the Poles will organize and start defending themselves. Has that been reset? No, still 43 days. We got a 50 threat here. We're getting command power by... Our war support's absolute garbage, so we're getting, like, no command power. What can I do to get more war power? I mean, war propaganda, but you need more than 50% world tension, and there's not much I can really do to change this number. Or at least not right now. Okay, Chile, Argentina are at war. We do want Argentina to end up winning that fight. I mean, it looks like the CSA is having a relatively bad campaign. Ooh, the Goose Crisis. The ongoing economic crisis has hit few Lithuanian industries harder than the poultry industry. According to calculations in 1934, Lithuania exported up to 300,000 geese to Germany per year. And now these exports have ground to a halt. Faced with the threat of complete collapse in the Lithuanian poultry industry, the so-called Goose Crisis, the government of Linas Bistras has chosen to enact an emergency solution. For the following year, all government officials, bureaucrats, and pensioners are required by law to purchase a specific amount of geese, depending on one's ranking within the bureaucratic apparatus, and wage at a minimum of 1. As proof of goose transaction, all farmers selling these birds have been required to sell them with numbered cards, which would then be turned into the government by the person purchasing geese. Although certainly an unorthodox way to solve economic ills of the country, it's actually paid off somewhat. Magazines and newspapers are getting full of new goose recipes for the unfortunate bureaucrats. Okay. And the King's grand speech. Peace Conference, Puerto Rico, Peace Plus game. The news of King Viltras II's grand plan were quick to travel across the nation. National press started to speculate on the monarch's next move, only for everyone to cite disappointment when the day arrived. Having immersed himself in the book of Lithuanian history during the past year, he came across the palace of the Grand Dukes, and now stands before the Seimas offering to dedicate the king's resources towards restoring it. The Palace of the Grand Dukes was constructed in the 15th century to serve the monarchs of Lithuania and, later on, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. However, it stopped being a pseudo-residence for the monarchs during the Swedish deluge of the 17th century, and was fully demolished after the partition of Poland. Right now, the royal family of Lithuania resides in Versailles Palace in the north of Vilnius, and though it is more than adequate for a monarch, the king has offered his services to the nation by designing or by designating a reconstruction of the palace of the Grand Dukes with the Art Deco touch, of course. The palace is a famous relic of Lithuanian history. The king's resources are far from infinite, and thus the debate has broken up between the king and his government on its study, size, and feasibility. Okay, so we're losing more stability. Excellent. Okay, we have a popular front dealing with Black Monday. The crisis has been restored in here. Was it peaceful? Okay, we know they're not going to go national populist. And do we have anything to do here? The Architect King. We need political power, which we do not have. Wait, why can't I do this? Oh, because we still have Black Monday. Really? I thought we got rid of Black Monday. I guess we'll go for German economic privileges. No. The answer probably should have been more obvious from the get-go. King Vilna II may be a monarch of the Lithuanian people, but he does not have the right to waste our tax money on a massive vanity project, which might not even be feasible with modern technology. That is not going to sway the king, however, and the close associates of his, as well as the Lithuanian ambassadors of Sweden, Ignacines, proposed an alternative approach. None of Lithuania can deny that monuments are a source of national pride and identity, with many of them needing to be built or renovated, but it is not the duty of the monarch to be the patron of the arts, crafts, and culture. It will just so happen that the projects he gives patronage to, the king will have a hand in designing and providing advice to. This aesthetic was ecstatic and ordered the patronage of the king, palace of the Grand Dukes right away. You can find some more legitimacy. I think one of these removes Black Monday. Well, let's just go in here for a second. Black Monday. Okay, no, you remove. So you need to get our way down towards a free economy. Please join the Belgrade Pact. And do we need all of them or just... We need you and we need one of these two. Okay, so it's not that bad. The Austria's gonna warn Hungary. That's fine for us. Crisis on the Danube. We have more activities. They're at 50%. You will drop them down to 30. And hopefully we do get that 50-50 chance. Oh, Russian threat. We love to see it. Also, we have 5% legitimacy. Okay, formation of the Moscow Accord. For 2 decades, the Russian state has been seen as secondary power to the global stage. Dismantled after the Blitzkrieg and no longer pose a threat to German political hegemony in Eastern Europe. So they have formed the Moscow Accord. Russia's decade-long slump has ended, and now the Russians are rebuilding already. They raised claims over their foreign imperial territories. Eastern European states are surely going to be one of their targets. To be sure that Russian threat is contained and Eastern European states can defend their sovereignty, leaders and generals of the Oststaten have gathered in Riga to discuss the program of mutual cooperation. A joint military defense fund has been established, and the Baltic state has been entrusted with managing its fund, the region's joint defense ventures. Here we got a new decision here as well. The Eastern European Defense Cooperation. We can invest some guns. Okay, so we can give guns, infantry equipment, artillery to a big... I mean, do we have any guns right now? No. We have 155 artillery. We need at least 250 to send them out. Well, the Belgrade Pact has just formed now, but they're actually... Oh, no, this is not an army between these two guys. Okay. No, Austria's not... It looks like they are. But I'm assuming these are probably probably Hungarian troops that were already in these provinces. But they're not actually at war. It just looks like they are. Hey, the armies remain neutral. As civil strife reaches its ugly head in the kingdom, the Royal Lithuanian Defense Forces have been witnessing more and more divide. It's undeniable that there's some sympathies for Volodymyrs, present among the officer corps, especially among the more radical youth guard. Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces, Statris Rostatskis. It's definitely not... I fucked that up. However, has tried to navigate the delicate issue of keeping the LAF sympathizers in the sidelines or outright forbidding them from command. So apparently we didn't really get anything out of that. But we're now at 30%. Groundwork completed. The project of new palace of the Grand Dukes have been designed, and the groundwork has been completed. It will still take a long time for the palace to be completed, however, and the king has left himself the possibility to add or remove more features. A private conversation with the Prime Minister, he's assured that the project has sparked his enthusiasm, and all sorts of creative ideas are flowing through his mind every passing day. It remains to be seen whether Lithuanian people will be endeared at the hosting of one of the most illustrious palaces in the modern era, or annoyed at their tax money being blown on such an expensive project. So yeah, who needs political power? Not me. Instead, we're putting all of our money into this garbage. Yeah, the Dutch elections have now taken place. We need a lot of command power, which we're like not gonna ever get. Okay, Serbia declared war in Bulgaria. Yeah, we can't do any of these. We have Black Monday right now. We didn't join the Internationale, which seems like not great. Oh, they have a new symbol here. I didn't even notice that. Let's go for... It's 1937. It's only 1937. Oh, no. It's been a long campaign. I think our whole Great War series that we just did was only like 2 hours long. Okay, only plus 1% threat. It's not so bad. After weeks of violence, bloodshed, and terrorism, the LAF has disappeared like rats in the shadows. It's too quiet. I mean, it's not so bad. It's better than, probably battles in the streets. As the forces have been quiet lately, the LAF has been silent, no doubt gathering their strengths. Their forces have been tirelessly searching their hideouts. In love the vibes, giving brave citizens a kingdom a moment of relief amidst the insurgency. The only way we can do these decisions if we have Black Monday dealt with. Which right now we do not. Okay, Spanish Civil War is now broken up as well. Also, like, you know, there's just like so many like subtle changes. Is CNT a different color? There seems like a deeper red. Also, Carlos actually think are like a different brown as well. That might be crazy. I don't know. Bulgaria's at war with everybody. Russia declared war on the entirety of the Middle Central Asia. Okay, next, let's go for state-owned armed industries. That is a German development in Vilnius. The wave of Black Monday behind us has drawn attention to the economic situation in Vilnius. Despite nominally being the capital of our kingdom, we do not control the economic processes that are taking place there. As part of our agreement with the German Empire within the 1920s, it was designated as a city for German investment and development. Economic regulation and taxes here are loose, but the bankruptcy and evacuation of our German investors means that there's a gaping hole to be left in the city's economy. I've lost where I was. Companies owned by the Bundas and local Lithuanian investors alike have been trying to fill the gap as much as they can, and both of them protest the pro-German rules and regulations still present. As the Kaiserreich is going through plenty of troubles back home, we have uniquely opportunity to assert our economic independence in Germany without immediate repercussions. What should be done with these regulations as well as remaining abandoned German assets? You know what, let's give advantages to local businesses. We get 1 civilian factor out of that. Yeah, they just made all the colors much deeper. But I mean, I think they look nice. I don't know if any other colors have changed at all either. Maybe a few. Icelandic independence. Congratulations, Iceland, on your independence. The minorities harassed. Reports are coming from the southern provinces, informing about the horrific acts committed by members of the Activist Front. To nail down and enforce these messages that they stand for Lithuania for Lithuanian, these nationalists have been harassing and attacking Polish, Belarusian, and Jewish minorities, driving them out of their homes in the cities and assaulting known local leaders of these activist groups. Inner groundworking to restore Spanish rework. Okay, New York City has fallen. It appears that the king's new tutor has been selected, being a young, so it's Neris. She's grown renowned for her studies in Lithuanian folktales and translation into German. This allowed for Lithuanian folklore to be disseminated throughout the German-speaking world. Montes is seen for a perfect fit for the king, and for his particular habits. Others are hoping that the king is being seen with female company will dispel any rumors of the unmarried prince's interest. The only concern regarding Montes is her rumored affiliations with the Ostruki, a semi-formal syndicalist student movement. The syndicalists are getting to the king himself. Terrifying. Scary thought for everyone in the country. But the CSA has lost New York City. Hopefully that's going to be the beginning of the end for them. Fingers crossed. Oh, did not do this. I want to be able to have this on full screen. I don't know if we're going to even get to the war before the end of this segment. Just because there's they've done a lot of events. There's a lot of events for Lithuania. Which I like the events. I think they're actually one of the best parts of Kaiserreich. I don't even know what the German Navy is actually getting off to. Diplomatic missions like Commune. Hungary's almost dead. Bulgaria's actually doing decently against all four of these powers. I mean, they've taken Thessalonica. They haven't really lost... They've lost a few provinces, but those provinces don't really matter. They're doing alright for themselves, I'll be honest. Counterinsurgency raids. I mean, we kind of have to do it. Better points on that. Mexico's joining the International. Not that it really matters. I mean, Mexico doesn't do anything in the International, so... who cares? Let's go for 38 support weapons. I think this is a new symbol as well. The Kaiser Wilhelm Society. A failed attack. They actually lose threat now. Beautiful. Is there a timer on this? After enough time? Relax. Has completed decision to secure Messina's cooperation. Or capture Atlantis. Okay. Military command in Vilnius is utterly sacked today when news of an actual victory reached them. It appears that their vain arrogance, the dogs of the LAF, sent to raid a small military outpost, and, we won. Good riddance. Then political power, we love to see it. Do I want any of this stuff? Probably not. Do another demoralization campaign. But it's cost 80, which is very, very, very expensive. So are you going to go military, or are you going to embrace pluralism? We want a strong Austria, because a strong Austria will be able to join the Reichspakt in the future. And I have a strange feeling that might be important in the future. There's just a hunch. And I'm assuming we're at least now actually building some aircraft. And another war's broken out. Oh, okay, Middle Africa's collapsed. Very, very cool. We didn't need a powerful African ally anyways. Yes, we're now building at least basic fighters. The CSA is still not having a great time. We do want the Kingdom of Spain to end up winning this war, because we do want to have France with another front line. I'm saving up my political power. I'm saving it. Actually, we could go for one of you. What do I want? What do I want from you? Do I save my political power for the Architect King? We get more legitimacy. I don't really know what legitimacy actually will do for us. Hopefully something meaningful. Build more factories while we can. Yeah, we are going to play some Hades. Probably at 7 o'clock. We'll play a Hades run. Hey, look, we got new infantry. Okay, so the Princely Federation has been killed. And, I mean, we wanted Lithuania to win against the Party Commune. Okay, South Africa is declared war on Nabiland. And tutelage is paying off. As part of the king's lessons with Lithuania, the king has been exposed to the history of Lithuania. Most recently, the king was moved by his recent lessons regarding the Polish-Lithuanian uprising that occurred in late 1830, dubbed the November Uprising. It appears the king has been fascinated by the young Polish-Lithuanian Countess Emilia Plater. Once he learned she had been dubbed Lithuanian Joan of Arc and how she led her people to different creeds and cultures against the Tsar's oppression, though for only to die of a broken heart. Upon learning that Emilia was buried in a small town of Siam Etias, the king set about drafting his project, being a memorial to the Lithuanian Joan of Arc, though he must tread lightly as the effect of black money are still ravaging the land and the people want chickens in their pots, not monuments. Look, what if we make the statue a big chicken? Then I think everybody there is happy. Everybody's problems have been resolved. Hopefully. Monument to Emilia Plater.